find this fantastic. I've had a lot of contacts with it. This 5-band fan 2-element Yagi, I've had a lot of contacts with it. But the previous antenna I think it was on a G5RB, where we were having problems there on our last QSO on M3ARB there, Andy. I think I was on G5RB. But I find this 5-band fan 2-element Yagi is a great thing. I've been getting lots of countries in on it, Andy, QSL.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's made worlds of difference. I think I've given you a 2 and 2 last time round. It was, we could just about hear each other, but that was about all. I'm not sure which band it was on without checking, but yeah, it was. I remember it was really difficult. We could just about hear each other, but it's made it. It's improved by 99%. Definitely, it's made a very big difference, and it's the conditions are amazing on this band at the moment. I'm looking at the DX monitors. Perhaps you've switched on your DX monitors. I don't know, but I switched mine on, and the DX monitors are showing me an S9 into AUE and an S9 into ASE. So, into Pacific and into Asia, the conditions or the band is wide open. And so, the conditions are very, very good. Your antenna's making makes a lot of difference. The G5RVs, I believe the orientation is west and east. So it kind of fires off north and south. It does go off the side and the front, but it depends really on what band you're on. It's quite a complicated aerial, really. It works differently on different bands, but it's not good for DX. Over this sort of distance, it's not one of the best antennas. It was possible, but it was possible with difficulties. Now you've changed to the 2-element fan. It's, you know what? This is like a telephone call. It's absolutely armchair, Walter, so no problems at all. VK3MJW from M3ARB, over.
M3ARB, this is VK3MJW, but to Andy this, no problem there, Andy, Well, at the moment I've got the rotator at 270 west at the moment. And as you say, it's just like a telephone call. You're 5 and 9, beautiful audio, nice clear signal. No problem at all there. And you're 5.9 plus 30. 5.9 plus 30 there, yourself.
Wonderful, yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Well, at the moment, I'm using the 5-element Yagi. Actually, I've just sent you the wrong card. I've just sent you a card with the 8-element, so sorry about that, Walter. But I've got cards for each antenna, and I've just sent you the 8-element. But at the moment, I'm using the 5-element Yagi, and it's roughly in your direction. It's you don't have to be overly precise with the 5-element as you do the 8. So it's I'll take a 5 and 9 and 20 and 30 over anyway. That just goes to show the conditions or what the conditions are like on 10 at the moment. And it was yesterday as well. I didn't speak to Fernando, but perhaps you know Fernando or have spoke to him in China. PY something or other. I can't remember his. Hang on. What's his call sign? PY3RK/BY. Fernando was on this band yesterday, and he was sometimes end stopping me. He was very, very strong. 5, 9 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. He was strong as well. So with how it was yesterday, I thought I'd jump on here this morning and give it a few calls and see what happens. I've not long spoke to another station in Hong Kong. So, conditions are fantastic. We just need the operators. We just need some little rare islands and more operators around your neck of the woods. And today it would be fantastic. We could talk on air not all day long, but the way conditions are, we could talk on air for a good while. Walter, over.
Mike 3ARB, this is VK3MJW.
Only, I think, -2, I think, was.
I had a QSO with the Hong Kong station earlier on, about 2 hours ago. I had a QSO with the Hong Kong station, and I was getting him nice and loud and clear, no problem at all. No problem at all. And as you say, the 10-metre band is pitch clear. I think I've had about 8 or 9 QSOs since I've been on the air in the last 2 hours. So no problem at all there. And I've just got another QSL card, just made another QSL card actually before I came on to talk to you. And it's, I don't know whether I sent you one when I was in Hemisphere 3 or not, but it's a Marae. It's a Maori meeting house. As you know, I was over in New Zealand for many years working on the flying boats. And it's a Maori meeting house. And I don't know whether I sent one of those to you when I was on Hemisphere 3 QSL.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll have a look. Not that I remember. I mean, it was some time ago, but no, I don't remember. Walter, is it you that used to fly the gliders? If it is, I'm pulling that from my memory somewhere. I'm not sure if it's if that's right. But was it you, Walter, that used to fly the gliders? Over.
That's a Roger. That's a Roger. I did that up till I was about 72. And the reason I gave it away, I think I probably told you, or did I tell you, is because it was too bloody costly. Because see, over in New Zealand, I could do auto tows and winch launches. But when I came over to Australia here, we're on government aerodromes and they're not allowed. You've got to do aero tows. And of course, aero tows weren't cheap. When I first started, they were about $5, but then they ended up going up to $25. And that was to take you up to 1,000 feet, up to 1,000 feet. And if you want to go any higher, of course, it costs you more. So that's the reason I gave it away. I was about 72 when I gave it away. Andy, QSL?
Yeah. That's right. I remember now. I know. Yeah, you carried on to a real ripe age, really. Yeah. I don't know, what the age is. I suppose you can carry on so long as you're fit and well. You can fly for as long as you like, I guess. I don't know. But, I've recently been talking to a friend in America, Gregory. I don't know if you've spoke to him. 2HS464, Mr. Gregory. He's got a very, very distinctive voice. And it's not the same, but he's been sending me a few videos, and he's heavily involved with flight simulators. Not quite the same, but kind of along the lines. And he showed me some YouTube videos and clips and what have you of these flight simulators, and it's incredible how realistic it is. It's just like Hemisphere. Hemisphere, very realistic compared to real RF radio. But these simulators are very, very similar as well. I don't know if you've tried one of them. But he's also sent me some clips of gliders as well, because he's into aircraft. And, so I don't know their names. I think he's a Belgian flyer, if that makes sense. A Belgian pilot, perhaps, is better. Who who's flying these gliders, and he does all sorts of fancy tricks and all the rest of it. So you may know what I'm talking about. I've only just in the last week or so come across it, speaking to Gregory and him showing me these simulators, but he sent me some clips as well from this glider. I'm sure he was from Belgium, and boy, what he does with this glider, you'd think it had an engine, Walter, over.
M3ARB, this is because I think I'm going to turn into Andy there for ID purposes. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh, yeah, you do also, I mean, they're fully aerobatic, some of these gliders. They're fully aerobatic. No problem at all. And it's the easiest thing in the world to do a loop in the glider. The easiest thing in the world to do a loop in the glider. Once you've got the height, of course. Once you've got the height, it's easy to do a loop in the glider. No problem at all there. And to spin them as well. But a lot of these gliders they're building now, you can't spin them. A lot of them you cannot spin. But and in learning in gliding, you had to do spins. You had to do spins and recovery and that sort of thing. But no, they're good because, of course, a lot of these high performance ones, of course, the wings are full of water. The wings are full of water, and the reason they do that is to get penetration, and then they get rid of the water when they get up there, you know. So it's just and they're not cheap anymore, of course. They're not cheap anymore, these gliders. And of course, they've got the motor gliders now too. They've got the motor gliders where you can take off and then shut the motor down and then glide. Andy, QSL.
Yeah, I can imagine. Actually, I bet it's not a cheap hobby. I bet it's not a cheap hobby compared to radio and what have you. So yeah, very good indeed. And yeah, you know, I don't know half of what goes on, but it's only by speaking to Gregory over the last couple of weeks, he showed me some clips, and yeah, it's incredible. The acrobatics that he was doing up there, really impressive. So what's and time wise as well. Being not involved with gliders, you always seem to think that you got real quite limited time up there. But I guess if you catch it right and you grab the thermals, I guess that's what it's called. I'm a novice. I've got no idea. But you can stay up there for hours, whereas you think, you get to a certain point and you got to come down. But it doesn't seem the case from what I've seen, Walter. It's, you can stay if you catch it right and you know what you're up to. You can stay up there for hours. VK3MJW, M3ARB, over.
M3ARB, this is Victor Kilo 3 Master. Returning there, Andy. Yeah, you're right there, Andy. The most I've done is 3.5 hours. The most I've done is 3.5 hours. But I mean, a lot of them have done that. You have to do 5. I got up to a C, and you've got to get a silver C. A silver C, you've got to do 5 hours. 5 hours. But most I've ever done is 3.5 hours. That was enough. I've done quite a few hourly flights and that sort of thing, and I've done quite a few of that, so, no, as I say, I gave it away because, as you know, I've just turned 87, Andy. I've just turned 87. So I gave it away when I was 72, so I haven't been gliding for many years. QSL.